Good day, friends. It is me, HLModTech, and as you can see behind me is my sweet jet airliner. Friends, we've got a 235 seat challenge. I've got some tips for you, so let's get cracking. All right, friends, so once you've got to this spot, to do the seating, you need to hide all the parts you've built, and then you need to set your work plane to this part of your jet. Now, I have had a ton of students go down to the OMSI hangout, grab the middle seat, and want to be done. When you rotate it around 90 degrees, it is obviously facing the right way. The only problem is for you to have 235 seats, you need to do the shift drag, and scaling is locked on these parts. If we zoom in though, friends, this is simply a cube with another cube and a cutout on top. Watch how easily you can assemble something as simple as this. If I delete theirs and go back to our basic shapes, bring out your cube. It drops on top of that work plane because I had put the work plane there. If we hold down shift and squish it, let's make it size 2, so it's a tiny little cube, but let's change the height to 4. So that is like the chair leg that was on the other one. If we do Control D, let's nudge over a few pieces. Let's select both of those and do Control D and nudge them back and align them so they look like the chair bottom. Now if you click on all 4 of those, shift click, shift click, shift click, shift click. Alright friends, if I click on this, you can see it is size 8. So I'm going to bring out a rectangle and I'm going to shift squish and I'm going to make it size 12. So it's a little larger than the legs. I'm going to squeeze it down to a thickness of 2 and I'm going to do a radius of 2. So it looks kind of like a cushion. I'm going to pick a different color. I'm going to choose purple just because it's fun. If I do shift click, I can grab those 2 pieces and align them so that they are centered and centered. You have just made a seat, and now let's quickly create a chair back. If you do Control D or duplicate, both are the same. Rotate it 90 degrees and then lift it up to the height where you would want your chair back to go. Nudge it to where you want your chair to be and you've just created your own awesome chair. If you want to do something fancy like make it thinner and add arms to it, check out how easy it is to add arms. I'm going to do mine with a sphere. You can use anything, but what I'm going to do is just simply squish it so it's short and then skinny, and then using these black handles nudge it to where I would want the arm piece to be, because everybody knows that one of the highlights of flying is fighting over your armrest. And when you've got it oriented the way you want, simply make a duplicate and put it on the other side. If you can't nudge it exactly where you want, you can set it to 0.5 so you can get the exact shape you're thinking of. Get the location you want, and then when you've got 2, you can use duplicate or Control D and nudge it to the other side. I'm going to hold down shift and select those 3 pieces and group them. I want the colors to stay different, so I'm going to turn on multicolor, and then I'm going to align everything by clicking on the chair and the legs and doing a line, making the base the master and centering them up. I'm going to group that entire project, making sure once again it stays multicolor. And now friends, let's talk about chair arrangement. We need 230 of these. So this is why we're going to hold shift and we're going to shrink it down to a size we think will fit. And then we can do Control D to nudge it across and Control D to make another set. We need room for the flight crew to move through, so I'm going to shift select those. I'm going to do Control D with that whole group and I'm going to move it to the other side. Now currently I've got 2 sets. A lot of airplanes, when you get up to the 200 or 300 passenger airplanes, have rows on the outside, middle, and outside again. But you've got to make sure you've got room for the crew to pass through. And this is where the actual part of the project starts happening, where you have to do the math, do the duplicating to make your entire plane so it can hold all 235 passengers. Friends, of course, if you make something awesome, you take time to share it with me. You can find me at HLModTech on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also Gmail. Lastly, friends, if you found the video useful, please give it a like. If you got a question, comment, or suggestion, add it down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button. And last but not least, hit the notification bell if you want to be first to know when there's a brand new video from me, HLModTech. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.